And speaking of generational battles, another one we better start working on is energy independence. It's high time that we let the Saudis and others in the Middle East know that we're not going to forever be dependent upon their oil. We've made them obscenely rich every time we squeeze the handle on the gas pump here in this country and put our credit card in a machine. And that money has not only financed their wealth and their opulence, but in many cases it's financed the very people that we're now having to fight. And something has to give, and rather than say, oh, in 20, 30 years we'll be energy independent, we need to start making the kind of goal that once this country unashamedly made, and say we'll do it within the decade. And people say that's unrealistic, but it was unrealistic when John F. Kennedy stood and said that we would put a man on the moon and return him home safely when we had basically the technology of bottle rockets at the time he said it. But I remember just like you did in July of 1969 when Neil Armstrong put his feet on the surface of the moon and said it was one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. That same kind of direction and vision has to be alive in this country again. The same country that within 3 years developed an atom bomb and ended World War II, that ended the space race, and that has the capacity to come up with alternative, clean, environmentally friendly, self-sustaining, domestically produced energy sources, because any country that can't feed itself, and that's why agriculture is important, any country that can't fuel itself, and that's why energy independence is critical, and any country that can't fight for itself, and that's why our capacity to manufacture is critical, because we've got to be able to manufacture within our own capacity our weapons of defense. Nations who can't do those three things aren't really free. They're only as free as whatever nation produces those things allows them to be. This country has got to determine it will be that way.